Hey everyone, and a massive, warm welcome back to the channel. Seriously, it's fantastic to see you here. Before we dive into one of the most mind-bending wonders of the ocean deep, I just want to take a quick moment to genuinely wish you all incredible health and happiness. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you're up to, I truly hope you're feeling strong, positive, and taking really good care of yourselves. You absolutely deserve it. Okay, get ready to have your understanding of intelligence and thinking completely turned upside down, because we're talking about octopuses. These incredible creatures aren't just smart. They possess a biological setup so strange, so alien, it seems like pure science fiction. Forget everything you know about brains being the sole command center. For an octopus, a huge chunk of its thinking doesn't even happen in its head. It happens right in its arms. That's right. Those 8 incredible, flexible limbs aren't just tools. They're packed with neurons, brain cells, allowing them to sense, react, and even make decisions all on their own, independently of the central brain. Let's dive into the astonishing world of cephalopod intelligence and uncover what this truly means. So first, let's talk about brains in general. For us humans, and pretty much all the animals we're familiar with, dogs, cats, birds, fish, the brain is the undisputed headquarters. It sits in the head, receives information from the senses, eyes, ears, skin, etc., processes it all, makes decisions, and then sends out commands via nerves to the body. Move that leg. Grab that cup. Turn your head. It's a top-down system, like a CEO giving orders to the employees. The body parts, like your arms and hands, are basically just receivers and executors of those orders. They send sensory info up to the brain, ouch, that's hot, or this feels smooth, and they receive motor commands down from the brain, pull your hand away, or pick it up. The limbs themselves don't think, they just follow instructions. Now, erase that picture. Because the octopus operates on a fundamentally different principle, one that's utterly unique in the animal kingdom. An octopus has a central brain, located in its donut-shaped head, wrapped around its esophagus. This brain is sophisticated, capable of complex learning, problem-solving, like opening jars, and even exhibiting distinct personalities. But here's the game changer. While an octopus's central brain has a respectable number of neurons, about the same as a dog, roughly 500 million, that's only part of the story. 2/3 of an octopus's total neurons aren't in its head at all. They're distributed throughout its body, with the vast majority located in its 8 arms. Yes, you heard that right. Each arm has its own massive bundle of neurons, its own mini nervous system, or what scientists call a peripheral nervous system on steroids. Imagine if each of your arms and legs had its own small, independent computer built right into it. That's essentially what an octopus is working with. So, what does this actually mean for how an octopus experiences the world and interacts with it? It means that the arms aren't just dumb tools waiting for orders from headquarters. They are sensing the world incredibly deeply and reacting to it on the spot, locally. Think about what your fingertips can feel: texture, temperature, pressure. Now, imagine if your entire arm, from shoulder to fingertip, was covered in skin that's sensitive. That's what an octopus has. Their suckers, especially, are packed with chemoreceptors, cells that can taste and smell. So, when an octopus reaches out with an arm and touches something, that arm isn't just feeling its shape and texture, it's literally tasting and smelling it simultaneously. That sucker touching a rock, a crab, or a piece of coral is gathering a rich stream of chemical and tactile information right there, at the point of contact. Now, here's the crucial part. Instead of sending all that complex sensory data immediately back to the central brain for processing and waiting for a command, "Hey brain, I touched something squishy and salty, what should I do?" The neurons within the arm itself can process a lot of that information locally. They can make immediate, basic decisions without needing to involve the boss upstairs. For example, if an arm touches something tasty, like a crab hiding in a crevice, the neurons in that arm can instantly trigger the suckers to latch on firmly and start pulling, while the arm itself might begin the complex motions needed to wrestle the crab out. All of this, the sensory input, the decision to grab, the motor commands to the muscles and the suckers and the arm, can happen within the arm's own neural network. The central brain might get a summary report later. Arm 3 secured lunch, bringing it to the mouth now. Or it might be involved in higher-level coordination, like deciding which arm to use or coordinating multiple arms for a complex task, but the initial grab and pull reflex is handled locally. This distributed intelligence is a superpower for an animal built like an octopus. Their bodies are incredibly flexible, boneless, and capable of squeezing into impossibly tight spaces. Imagine trying to coordinate 8 endlessly flexible limbs, each capable of moving in virtually any direction, independently, while also tasting and feeling everything they touch, all from one central brain. The sheer volume of sensory data pouring in would be overwhelming, and the processing delay for every tiny movement command would be crippling. It would be like trying to remotely control 8 highly sophisticated robots in real time, with constant sensory feedback, using a satellite link with lag. By distributing the processing power, by giving each arm its own brain, the octopus solves this problem elegantly. The central brain sets general goals: find food, hide from that predator, explore that cave, and the arms, with their local intelligence, handle the complex details of how to achieve it. They can react instantly to local conditions, a crab darting to the left, a rock shifting, a current pushing, without waiting for instructions. This makes them incredibly efficient hunters and masters of their complex, three-dimensional reef environment. Think about how an octopus explores. It doesn't carefully direct each arm like a puppeteer. It often sends arms out probing, almost like independent scouts. An arm might snake into a dark hole, tasting and feeling everything. If it encounters something interesting or dangerous, it can react immediately. This explains some truly bizarre observations. For instance, if an octopus arm is severed, something they can do intentionally to escape a predator, and they can regrow it later, the detached arm can continue to move, reach, grasp, and even react to stimuli for quite some time. It might crawl away or try to grab food. That's not just random twitching, it's the local neural network in the arm continuing to function autonomously without the central brain. It's a stark demonstration of just how independent that peripheral processing really is. This system also creates a unique kind of body awareness. For us, our brain has a detailed map of our body. We know where our limbs are even with our eyes closed. Proprioception. For an octopus, with its infinitely flexible limbs constantly changing shape, maintaining a central map would be computationally nightmarish. Instead, each arm largely keeps track of itself. The neurons within the arm monitor its own position, its own movements, and its own interactions. The central brain likely has a more general sense of where the arms are and what they're doing, but the fine-grained control and awareness is decentralized. This might be why octopuses, despite being incredibly intelligent, sometimes seem a bit uncoordinated with their own arms. An arm might get tangled or even start investigating or tasting another arm, seemingly not recognizing it as part of itself. The local arm brain is just doing its job, sensing and reacting to whatever it's touching, even if it's touching its own neighbor. So, does this mean an octopus has 9 brains? Not exactly. The central brain is still vital. It handles complex learning, memory, decision-making that involves integrating information from multiple senses, like sight combined with touch/taste, planning, and personality. The arm brains aren't capable of complex thought or consciousness. They're more like sophisticated reflex arcs or specialized processors handling local sensorimotor loops. They free up the central brain to focus on the bigger picture. It's a brilliant division of labor evolved for a unique body plan and lifestyle. This setup is completely unlike anything found in vertebrates, animals with backbones, and highlights just how differently intelligence and nervous systems can evolve. Understanding this decentralized intelligence helps us appreciate the sheer alien wonder of the octopus. It challenges our very definition of what it means to think. For an octopus, cognition isn't locked solely in a central organ. It's embodied, distributed, flowing through its very limbs. When you watch an octopus move, its arms flowing like liquid, each sucker independently exploring, tasting, gripping, and reacting. You're witnessing a form of intelligence spread throughout its body. It's a living example of how evolution can find radically different solutions to the challenges of sensing, moving, and surviving in a complex world. Their neural architecture is as unique and fascinating as their ability to change color and texture. So, the next time you see footage of an octopus, remember, those arms aren't just limbs. They're thinking, sensing, semi-autonomous explorers, each one a testament to one of nature's most astonishing experiments in distributed intelligence. Thanks so much for exploring this deep-sea marvel with me today. Take care of yourselves, stay curious about the incredible diversity of life on our planet, and I truly hope you have a fantastic and healthy day. Catch you in the next one.